truth! You can't handle the truth!
Hello friends, it is NHL Free Agency Day in the Truth Serum. Joey, the Truth Wagner with you. Episode number 54. 2 moves official today by the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'll go through them one by one. First off, it was widely reported for days, but this afternoon, contracts could be signed. It is official. Jack Johnson is a Pittsburgh Penguin. So that's the first one. Second one is breaking. It happened less than 30 minutes ago. Matt Cullen back to Pittsburgh, 1-year deal, $650,000 a year. But I'll talk about Jack Johnson first. In case you missed it, here are the contract details for Jack Johnson. It is a 5-year deal worth a total of $16.25 million total. The average annual value, the cap hit each season, is at $3.25 million. In case you've still missed it, in case you haven't seen it yet, right here are the details. There it is, folks. 5 years, $16.25 million. Jack Johnson, a veteran in this league, has played with both the Los Angeles Kings and the Columbus Blue Jackets for quite a while. 32 years of age, has a close relationship with Sidney Crosby, and when he is used correctly, he can be a very effective player. Here are his numbers from last season. 3 goals, 11 points. In a reduced role for Columbus was a -6. The part that's very intriguing is that the year before he was a career best +23. Here are the numbers. And now, friends, here is the Matt Cullen deal, returning to Pittsburgh after spending a year with the Minnesota Wild. He decided to play another year and go for the cup again. The details of his contract: league minimum 1-year deal, $650,000 value. Here it is. And now, friends, here are my thoughts on both of the deals this afternoon, Jack Johnson and Matt Cullen. I'll start with Jack Johnson because he's the younger player and it's the bigger story. For Jack Johnson's entire career, for most of his career, he's been a minus player. He is a career -109 in his career. But when you think of that, folks, you have to think of teams that he was playing for. He was playing for a bad Los Angeles Kings organization, and they traded him before they won the Stanley Cup. So most of his time there, they weren't very good. So you're going to be a minus player in that situation. Then he's with the Columbus Blue Jackets, who basically every year except for the past 2 seasons haven't been very good. What do you get on a not very good team for the most part? A minus player. So I'm not overly worried about the plus-minus numbers. I think those will improve with him being on a better team, obviously, in the Pittsburgh Penguins. Also, when he was used correctly and used in a way that maximizes his abilities in the 2016-2017 season, he was a +23. So if used correctly, he can be a plus player and not be a liability on defense. And Mike Sullivan and his staff is very, very intelligent and will do the prep work to put him in opportunities where he can flourish. Head coach Sullivan always talks about that. Play to our strengths, play to our strengths, play to our strengths. I believe that they are going to do that with Jack Johnson, and this deal is not going to be horrible. I'm not the biggest fan of 5 years because he'll be 37 at the end of it. But if they can get him to be a bargain in the first 3 years of the deal, then it'll make up for when he's older and this deal doesn't look as good. It's very similar to the Chris Kunitz deal that the Penguins signed a few years back at $385 million on the cap. The first half of it, Kunitz was great. He was playing on Crosby's line, he was scoring 30, 35 goals a year, and it was a bargain. But by the end, he was on the fourth line playing 11, 12 minutes a night and had 29 points in the season. Bad look on the deal from that end. So for this to be successful for the Penguins, he has to play well in the first 3 years of the deal to make it worth it. Also, friends, when I think of Jack Johnson, the first clip that pops into my mind is the 2014 playoff year. That's when the Penguins played Columbus for the first time. It was game 1 of the series in the first period, and Jack Johnson scored this gorgeous goal. It was a gorgeous goal. He was in the high slot. He made a deke to the backhand and backhanded it by Marc-Andre Fleury. This guy has talent. I think this deal, will be okay, Pittsburgh. We'll be okay on that one. Now to Matt Cullen. I love this deal on a league minimum salary. I understand he's going to be 41 years old. But in a salary cap league, you don't get much for $650,000 on the cap. And with Matt Cullen, you have the ability to get much more than that. First of all, he's a veteran. He's a leader in that locker room, in that specific locker room. The players love him, the coaches love him. He's like another coach on the ice, which is fantastic for the Penguins. And also, he gives you that veteran presence, that leadership, friends, that I think the Penguins missed during this last Stanley Cup run, and was why they were eliminated in the second round, because they didn't have that glue guy in the locker room. Hornquist is the heart. Colin will be the glue. Also, he's a solid player still. Penalty kill, if necessary, could possibly be on the second power play, but he doesn't need to be on the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's very versatile. He can play center and wing. He can move up and down the lineup. He can play in a second or third line winger role if necessary. He can man your fourth line if possible. Solid penalty killer. I love the Matt Cullen deal. It makes the Penguins much more flexible on the ice and off the ice. So overall, those are the 2 deals that have been made today by the Pittsburgh Penguins. If any more occur, and maybe a trade, maybe another free agent deal, but keep posted right here and also on my Twitter, at the Truth Swagner, at the THE Truth, TRUTH, Swagner, SWANGR. From the Truth Serum, some breaking stories this afternoon. Jack Johnson and Matt Cullen are Penguins. Joey the Truth signing off. Good night, and have an awesome, awesome Sunday.